¿Qué pasa, YouTube? How's it going, everybody? Happy New Year's to every single last one of you. I'm really excited, man. I'm hoping 2018 will be awesome and we can achieve many great things on the channel. So this is going to be our first upload. If you may have missed our final Wi-Fi battle of 2017, then definitely go check that out, because we wanted to leave all our bad luck and all that anger over hacks back in the 2017 and just get back to accepting that it is a part of the game, or just in general. I don't want to really be that unlucky anymore, man. It's honestly a little bit annoying, but hey, we'll see how things go. Hopefully it'll be a good year. So yeah, if you guys are excited, make sure to hit that like button down below, answer the comment question of the day, and we can go ahead and get this started. So this was a pretty cool OU team that I made around Feraligatr, and I just wanted to use Feraligatr and OU. That's really it. We are facing Syvird, pretty solid battler off of my Discord. Of course, that is where I take my battles. I still keep getting questions asking me where I get my battles. But hey, if you guys ever see somebody ask me, then just hey, it's on Discord, which is always in the description. Like, I should probably put in the description. Like, I think I am just going to put in the description. I also take battles at my Discord, but yeah, it is what it is. So I'm gonna go straight for the hidden power ice here with my Tapu Koko, hoping that he would honestly try to bring in his Landorus, because if you expect him to be scarfed, he could have made an aggressive switch into that, but he actually ends up bringing in the Tapu Bulu, and my opponent is actually running a very popular core right now, Tapu Bulu plus Kartana, which Kartana is absolutely amazing right now in OU from what I've seen and heard. Also, Charizard in this matchup is absolutely terrifying if it turns out to be Charizard Y, because I need to Mega Evolve with my Venusaur here, considering that Venusaur is my best answer to the core of Bulu and Kartana. Plus, I don't think I even had Chlorophyll on the set, and even if I did, I'm still a defensive Mega Venusaur, so I can't even really try to take advantage of his son if he were to set it up. But he could just legitimately get a free kill every time Charizard comes in, depending on if he hits Focus Blast or not against my Heatran, or if he has it or not. So yeah, he's gonna go ahead, get up his Stealth Rocks here with his Landorus, as I believe I just go for the Giga Drain, doing a pretty solid amount of damage there. Like, that's a clean 3 KO if he really does want to stay in here. Although there is a good chance that this turn he is gonna want to try and switch out. So I do pull a double switch here, expecting him to either bring in the Heatran or possibly try to bring back in this Charizard here, or bring in the Charizard, because again, this thing could be an absolutely humongous problem, as he does decide to switch out here, which has me thinking, okay, maybe he's not Mega Charizard Y, since what that allows me to now be able to do in this game is not be too worried about it, because if it was a Y, it would have been a humongous problem, as I'm going to get on my Stealth Rocks here as he switches into his Landorus, and I'm expecting him to either want to go for the Hidden Power Ice to weaken me for his possible Charizard X, or he's going to go for his own Stealth Rocks here. But he actually ends up going for the Defog, as I brought in my boy Feraligatr. And the great thing about Gator in this matchup is that it can actually put in a lot of work if I'm able to get up a Dragon Dance later in the match potentially. And even if I don't get up a Dragon Dance, Gator can just come in here, and between Liquidation and Ice Punch, which are both Sheer Force boosted and I am Life Orbed, I can really kind of dent his team, because as you can see here, we do a solid like 40% to Kartana on the switch in, which is pretty nice considering that Kartana does have some okayish physical bulk, although we all know it does have that terrible Spadaf stat. But either way, I'm going to make an aggressive switch here into my Heatran, not expecting him to want to go for the Sacred Sword, because I do have my Venusaur in the back. Also, there was a chance that he might have tried to pull a double switch into his Heatran here, expecting me to bring in Venusaur, and I don't have Earthquake on Venusaur, so I felt like Heatran there was a pretty safe middle ground play, as I pull a double switch here on his switch into Heatran, and I'm going to make the aggressive play, go straight for the Liquidation. I was actually extremely close to going for the Ice Punch, but ultimately I felt like Liquidation was my better play, because I could still outspeed the Tapu Bulu in the back, and even if Kartana switched in, it's still getting worn down, and eventually I'll still be able to catch the Heatran later in the match with my Feraligatr. So I just felt like I didn't lose too much in going for the Liquidation there ultimately. And he actually told me that he was going to go for the Bloom Doom, which absolutely would have obliterated my Feraligatr. So really happy I did Liquidation there. As I switch into my Landorus on the Kartana, I do chip him down a little bit thanks to the Rocky Helmet as he decides to bring in the Tapu Bulu on my Stealth Rocks. This is not entirely too bad because if I can keep up these rocks, I should be in a very good position in this battle because we're now going to be able to start chipping his team down over time, and if I can keep up the offensive pressure, then we are going to be able to force those switches in and outs and rack up the hazards damage. So he does end up making the good play here, goes for the Nature's Madness, definitely expecting me to bring in my Mega Venusaur, which is actually going to be able to take advantage of his own grassy terrain because I do slightly more damage to Landorus, which is pretty cool, but I really don't want to let my Venusaur be potentially worn down even more by the Tapu Bulu because he very well could have tried to stay in and spam Nature's Madness to keep me low. So I decided just to be aggressive there, go for the Sludge Bomb as we catch the incoming Charizard. Was low-key hoping for a poison, but hey, it's not entirely too big of an issue because at this point I was more or less convinced that he was Charizard X and not Charizard Y because he didn't Mega Evolve earlier against my Landorus, or he might have thought that I was a Choice Scarf variant and he wanted to save him. But here it is confirmed that he is Megazard X, and this is not too bad because even though grassy terrain is up, Earthquake still does a solid like 40-ish%, so I'm just going to be aggressive here, go for the Earthquake if he really does want to stay in or potentially switch out, because I also did have a Scarf Latios in the back, so I was pretty sure I could keep this thing from boosting up to +2 regardless of what he wanted to do there. But he decides just to be aggressive and goes for the Flare Blitz, considering that he probably just wanted to weaken me for the rest of his team, or maybe he thought that he couldn't get the +2, or maybe he thought it would switch. I'm not entirely too sure there, but he does end up knocking himself out as in comes his own Landorus, and at this point I can safely just switch out here, not really too scared of what this Landorus wants to do because again I'm pretty sure he's going to want to go for the HP Ice or the Defog, as I will be able to bring in back Feraligatr. Much like earlier, I can definitely just go for the Liquidation or go for the Ice Punch, but in hindsight I think this might have been my perfect chance to go for the Dragon Dance there, but I'm pretty sure that he still has the Kartana in the back, so maybe that wouldn't have been entirely my best play. So I guess Ice Punching here realistically wasn't that bad because I'm still going to be able to knock out or 2 KO whatever he does want to switch in to my Feraligatr, as he does end up bringing in the Tapu Bulu. Since we are Jolly, we will definitely be faster than a Jolly Bulu, and we knock him out with the Ice Punch. So Gator just putting in a little bit of work here in this match, and with his Bulu gone, that means that his Kartana will not be able to take too much more advantage of the grassy terrain. So he does end up bringing in the Kartana here. I do luckily still have my Landorus here, which I will be able to sack off. I guess if I wanted to, I could have possibly brought in Venusaur as well, but again, there was the possibility that maybe he was going to pull a double switch if he did expect me to bring in Venusaur. Plus, with Landorus, I can get off a little bit of Rocky Helmet chip damage and put this Kartana in range of something else on my team, or I can just safely revenge kill him with my Venusaur here, because I'm pretty positive that there's no way this thing should be able to break through Mega Venusaur, and I will be able to just go for the Giga Drain. I thought that he would try to switch out thinking that I would go for the Synthesis, and I didn't want to give his Koko or his Landorus a safe switch in here. Being able to get off damage on them would have been really excellent, as well as we're actually able to knock out the Kartana, because unfortunately Kartana does only have a base 31 Spadef stat and we are grassy terrain boosted. So at this point what I can do is just sack off my Venusaur to this Landorus, because I can get a free switch into either my Latios or my Koko. Between the two of those, I should be able to win the game, or I could also potentially bring in Feraligatr to a Dragon Dance and try and win that way, but I'm guessing that this is not an offensive Landorus since he's doing so little. Also, grassy terrain is up, plus Mega Venusaur is extremely bulky, and I don't think offensive Landorus with leftovers is a set. Yeah, because typically you want to have that Z move just to be able to absolutely nuke something. But yeah, either way though, I will be able to beat this Landorus 1v1 with my Mega Venusaur. And since his last mon is Tapu Koko, unless he is something like Supersonic Tapu Koko that is specifically for Mega Venusaur, but Mega Venusaur is really not that common in OU right now. But it fit really well in this team, actually, in my opinion. Either way, though, unless he is, yeah, like Supersonic Sky Strike, then I don't really have too much to worry about. But I think that Psychic from Scarf Latios does 2-KO Tapu Koko. I think it does. So all we need to do is just get off some chip damage and then revenge kill him. But yeah, Mega Venusaur are going to close out our first battle of 2018. Actually, I feel like Feraligatr and Mega Venusaur were both the stars of this battle, since they definitely put in a lot of work there. But very good game to Syvird. Hopefully you guys did enjoy our first upload, not first upload, but our first Wi-Fi battle of 2018. Hopefully a lot of great things to come, and I am very, very excited. So thank you all for watching, guys. Hit that like button down below and answer the comment question of the day. With that being said, I will see y'all tomorrow with 2 more uploads. So happy new year once again, everybody, and later.